Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Garden State Growing. Again, my name is Eric. Today we are shooting the video that I have been dreading shooting for a very long time now. And why is that? Because it's going to involve me going downstairs in my dungeon of a basement and cleaning everything up. And I'm definitely not looking forward to that. And the reason is, I'll show you, because I finally got my package in the mail today, and it is my new inside grow tent that's attacking me. And I need to find a spot in my basement that's big enough to go to put this there, and that is going to mean me taking apart a shelving system that I have down there and moving it to a different section of the basement and then setting this up. I am not going to sit there and let you watch me clean up my basement, but I will show you progress of me actually building this and installing my lights. So let's just get to it. Okay guys, sorry about that. I had to take a break from actually building this because unfortunately we did have a family member pass away. Tyler's great-grandfather, my wife's grandfather, had passed away. He was 92 years old. He did get corona in the end. That's all really I'm going to say about that. But we're going to get back to building this inside greenhouse. Sorry for the horrendous lighting that we have, because that's all we're going to have down here is that big bright light. And what I had to do, as you can see, I recruited my son to come along and help because I need help. So what I did was up here, I'll show you, I had to cut these shelves. These are the shelves I'm going to be using inside of this greenhouse. So I had to cut them down, even though they fit in between the joists. Now, after I put the tent over top, they're not going to fit. Also, what I have to do, I'm going to cut 3.5 inches of all the supports. All right, as you can see here, I just made some marks on it going vertically and horizontally on these pipes. So this way, when I reassemble them, I know that the little nipples on both ends are going to stay in their correct orientation. Oh my God, I hope that it didn't break. Oh no. Alright guys, I just wanted to take a moment to share this with you because I'm trying to figure this out. So as you can see here, a previous owner decided to wrap a brick in some metal twine and support it in the ceiling, and then even though right over here they had plenty of room to like move it over and nail it, they had no reach, so then they put this here to support that and then tied a brick right here. Now I can tell you, both me and my son Tyler have no idea why that was done. Someone had purpose enough to do that exact thing, and I have no clue what the hell it is.
Oh, and there's Chance.
Oh, hi, Chance. I had to cut all of these down. Can we focus? I had to cut all of these down 3.5 inches because this tent goes up to 6'6", and my ceiling is like 6'2.5". So I had to cut them all down, but it was successful, even though it did take me a very long time to do. And what I did want to show you is, but it's going to work perfect for what I need. Enough babbling. What has to happen next before I start my seeds is I need to get the lighting up in here. I need to get my Mars Hydro 3000 up. I have a brand new Spider Farm 3000 that needs to go up. And I have a cheap little that I'm just going to use for my seedlings. And then we have boom, 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 Spider Foam. Oh, isn't that cute? They gave me some metal wire hangers that I'm getting rid of. Oh, they gave me like, 5 plant tags. I mean, it's the least they could do for, what, a $450 grow light. And a pink ruler. Now listen, I'm going to put these all to use. I'm not about waste, and I'm not about garbage or throwing things away. This looks like a very nice little, what do they call it, a fabric ruler? Sure, why not? Real quick, before we get moving on that, I need to show you this. As I was working down here, this creepy ass book fell out of the ceiling. Oh, I don't think anybody could read that. What if I turn it around? No, that didn't work. Turn the camera around. Oh, there you go. It's Schwartzta Kazasko do I don't know. Is that Polish? Does anybody know this language? And if they do, and you want this book, I mean, it's ratty and old. I can't read it, but if you want this book and it might be special to you, it's not in that bad a condition, hit me up. I'll send it to you for free. Okay, everyone. So I have most of the hard part done. As you can see, I have gotten most of the tent completely up. I'm not going to do a review on Vivison or their grow tents. For the most part, 85%, I absolutely love it. It is at least 4 times the room of my last grow tent. I'm really happy about that. I had to make modifications that I'll show you, or you've already seen, with the inside and the height of this. This has nothing to do with Vivison or the quality of the product. It has to do with my ineptitude of reading a tape measure. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far of me and my son putting this grow tent in my basement. It was an arduous, it was a hard project for me and my son. I could only get to it a couple hours after work, here and there. So it took me about a week to finally get it to the point where I'm going to show you right now. I'm very excited about this, but I just want to put it out there. If you're watching this video and you think you need to do this in your basement, you don't. I'm going to show you, and I'll put a link to the first green tent I've ever had. And it was this tiny little thing. And I can tell you, I still have the shelving for it. I will put up a picture of it, or let me just show you right now. Okay, see that light sitting on these green junky shells with a warmer mat sitting right there that I'm going to be using for my peppers? Yeah, there's junk. Yup, that was my first indoor green tent. And I think it was about 30, maybe 35 bucks. And then if you've been a fan of my channel, you've seen my next stage up from that was my 3x3x5. And that was an amazing indoor green tent. But I set it up in my breakfast nook upstairs. My wife was not pleased with the amount of space it took up. So I eventually said I'll bring it downstairs in the basement. But if I... And here we are. We are inside. And yes, it's a little bit of a mess. I need to clean things up, and I need to, I'm going to wire management most of all of this. But I want to be able to make a lot of adjustments. Everything in here is adjustable. Everything can slide back and forth, can be transferred one way or another. And I don't want to get too deep into all of it. I just want to get into some of the main components of this grow tent that I have down here and why I did it. All right, I want to try to show you some stuff in here, and I don't know how well it's going to work out because it's so bright in here, really bright. As you can see right behind me, that is my brand new Spider Farm 3000 that I bought a year ago. I bought that, and this is the first time that I'm applying it. But I want to just show you the heart and soul of this system. So I know you can't read the numbers on it because they're bouncing around like crazy, and all these wires are going to get cleaned up. But that right here, this is my temperature sensor, and it has a wire that comes all the way down here that I put directly in the middle of the grow tent that has a temperature sensor on it. And it's hooked up to a controller that I can set the temperatures. And on the bottom here controls a fan in that corner right there that has a heater behind it. And then this one on top here controls the cooling, which turns on my big 8-inch exhaust and my carbon filter, and that fan right there that's going to circulate the air in here. Also, what I have is this system of timers. I know it's not the most elegant, or ideal way to do it, but it's what I had on hand. I didn't feel like spending any money, so I had a bunch of junk timers laying around, and whatever was appropriate, I used. That also does the lighting of the Spider Farm and that little Home Depot cheapie that is in a separate flowering room where I could, set plants up to flower easier. And just the distribution bar. But what I like about this distribution bar is it has these lights right there and right there. So if I come in here and my main lights are off, because if it's that time of the day that the main, my main growing lights are off, I can always just click this on and have plenty of light, and they are adjustable. So they're really nice. Last but not least, we have a humidity sensor right here. I really don't have it hooked up to anything, and that's because I need to gauge what the humidity is going to be like in this, grow tent before I try to figure out any solution. Do I need to actually humidify the room, or do I need to dehumidify the room? So I'm going to just let that run with some alarm sensors on it. Oh, and here we go. We dropped below, well, what is it there? 64 degrees in here. So the heater and the heater fan turned on to give a little bit more warmth in here. This is the cheap Home Depot light that I have in the flowering room. 60 watt. I have no trust in its value, but I really don't care. It was cheap. I think it was like $100 or something like that. I don't know. So I just threw it in there. Let's see what it does. Last but not least, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this cotton batting and all these vents that you see right here. And these are really nice because they're double vented. They have a vent on the outside, or a vent cowling, you should say, and a vent cowling on the inside, nice and big. I think it's like 10 inches. And I'm just going to stuff this cotton batting in there. And this way, when the exhaust turns on and air wants to rush in through these, it's not going to blow in a bunch of dust or sawdust or anything else that's laying in here. Plus, it might keep out some critters like spiders. So I think that's about it. I'm not really going to get into a lot of, the lighting and why I decided to do what I did and everything else, or how this really works in conjunction with everything else. If you do want me to make that video, that's a 10-minute video that's more in depth than just everything that I did and how it all works in here, you just let me know. I'm basing all of this on previous experience and doing things the way I don't necessarily believe you always have to, but like baby stepping my way through green tents for the last 5 years or so. So that's it for today. I love you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Over the next week or so, I'm going to be paying attention to everything that's in here, how everything's working, if the circuit can handle this much power, or if I trip breakers, how accurate it is with the temperature, and make a lot of adjustments to the exhaust vents and everything else before I put any kind of plant in here and just let them die. So that's it for now. I love you. I will catch you on the next episode, which hopefully will be me throwing some seeds in some seed containers. So I love you. Have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.